Hey, welcome back to the show. I'm the Star Wars Daddy with another CAS unboxing video for you, and this one is going to be insane. There are 27 items, I believe, that we've got back. We've got Ledys, we've got bootlegs, we've got other foreign variants, we've got high grades on some of the regular Kenner items. It is quite a collection, and you've got to stick around to watch it. If you haven't seen some of my most recent videos, and you're like, geesh, this is the first time I've seen the Star Wars Daddy. What other stuff does he have? Well, here's a thumbnail right here. We've got a Tokyo toy hunt. I went to Tokyo. I went toy hunting for Star Wars items, and I found some amazing items. Check that one out. Prior to that, I was in Indonesia doing a toy hunt and found some incredible items. That thumbnail's right here. I also did a review on The Phantom Menace when it was back in theaters here just a few weeks back. And I did a toy review also of everything I have from The Phantom Menace. And I just got this shirt in with a collection I purchased. It was a freebie throw-in, and it had the tag still on it. It smells like mildew, like it was in somebody's attic for the last 20 years. But it's on. I think there's something on the back, too. Who knows? I don't even know if I'm getting it. There's a little stripe that goes across the back. Need to wash this one before I wear it again. So I will do that next. I also have a pretty giant collection. And I do collection reviews, like you'll see right here, of Bossk. And then we had a Chewbacca review. We've had a Darth Vader review. So all the items up in my collection, I've got multiples of every single figure. And we go over all the different versions I have of each figure. And we do a little feature on each one of those figures as scenes from the movie and all the lore and everything else. We go over all those items for each of those figures. And there's more of those videos to come as I continue to get more stuff back like this from CAS. I'm probably going to do a Yoda one because I have an incredible item that is going to be in this review here. So I'm thinking I'm going to do a Yoda one coming up soon. And we got some other ones as well. Future videos that are going to be coming out is we're going to do a monthly review of all the things that I've added to my collection, which I'm looking down the ground right now, and there's got to be over 20 items that I've added to my collection and some amazing big pieces that are taking up a gigantic space in my man room down here. And that's coming up in a couple weeks. We also have the CGC review of a tutorial on how to get comics, get them pressed, then send them off to be graded. I'm doing it for the very first time, and those items are in the mail coming back to me right now. I got some decent grades on them. I can't wait to go over that whole process, how to set up a CGC account, all the works. You're going to learn how to do it from a newbie, going through it from the very beginning, and we're going to see what happens. And if you're wondering, comics, what's that all about? Well, they're Star Wars comics, and they go along with all these comics that I have up on that side of the room. The number of subscribers is right here. You guys, I can't thank you enough. The number continues to go up. I wish it was at 50,000, but at the number we have here, I'm ecstatic. We're almost to that first goal of 500. We've only been doing this for 6 months, and so I love all the comments. All the likes, everything that you guys do to help support me. It's absolutely amazing, and I appreciate it. I respond to every single comment, whether you do it on eBay, whether you do it on Instagram, TikTok, here on YouTube. I respond to every single comment, and what that does is it helps all these analytics get my videos in front of other people that have not found me yet, and it brings them here so we can build a gigantic community, and I really do appreciate it. And before we get into this video, if you could, show me that support by liking, subscribing, and hitting that bell notification. I would really appreciate it. But enough of all this. Let's get into this video and see these incredible items. Okay, we have 29 items to go through. We got to slam these things out. The first 9 are going to be items that will be up for sale at rogue5toys.com. I'm going to send them down to Brandon, and he's going to inspect them all and put them up for sale. If you're not already a member of 5 Idiots Talking Toys on their podcast here on YouTube, the link is down below in the description, as well as, again, rogue5toys.com, which is their Facebook sales page. And that's where you're going to find these items for sale. Make sure, if you're registering for the first time, you answer all of the questions that they ask. I think there's 3 questions. If you don't answer any of them, you're not going to be accepted, and you won't be able to claim any of these items on their site. First one is, oh god, fun. The first item is a little Ledy Chewbacca, graded 80+. And here this guy is. I already have a little Ledy Chewbacca in my collection. And that I believe I've already showed in the Chewbacca featured video, which, again, links will be down in the description. And but this one will be up for sale. Super nice item. All correct Ledy parts. And this one is not from CAS, it's from UKG. It's 85%. It's a regular squid head Hong Kong CO, but a very high grade. Well, we got some little fuzzies on there. And this guy will be up for sale. And the reason why he's up for sale is an item that's going to be back here that we're going to get to near the end. And the reason why I've got some of these still in the poly bag is because they're up for sale, right? And we got a Rebel Commando. It is the Hong Kong CO. It's grade 90 from CAS. This figure is a mint figure. And, I mean, I don't see any paint rubs, nothing going on. And that is why this is a grade 90. But this will be up for sale. So if you're looking to upgrade one of your items or get a Rebel Commando for the first time, a grade 90 is going to be awesome for you. All right, we have an Imperial Commander. And this is the little Ledy version. So it's got the little Ledy blue blaster here that's specific to this figure. And it's the Ledy version here. It's going to have a no COO on the back. So it just has a date stamp that's right here. And then there's like it's like a little kind of bump line that goes right through here. And that's the no COO version. There's some other features as well as this right here on his hand. You can see his thumb is kind of bent in, kind of weird. That's also another feature of the Ledy figure, but this is a grade 80, and it'll be up for sale. Staying with Ledys, we got a Rebel Commander, a little yellowing to that torso, came in at a 75, probably because of the yellowing. Otherwise, this figure is in incredible condition for being a Ledy, and this also has a no COO, so we're going to have the date stamp over here, and then it says made in, and then there's nothing right there, and that is the feature for the Ledy. And then this comes with a bowcaster, which is Chewbacca's, and it's a solid black version that is specific to the little Ledy. All right, I'm putting a Stormtrooper up here only because I have a Stormtrooper coming back to me from grading that is the exact same version. It's the China raised bar version. It's 75% UKG. This was in my collection, so I'm going to sell it because the other one's going to be on its way. And as you can see right here, it's got this raised bar that says China right there. This figure is actually in really nice condition. There's maybe just a little rub right there in the eye. And maybe a little discoloration, slight discoloration to the torso compared to the arms and legs. But otherwise, this figure is awesome. It must have just been like this little bit of paint that just isn't there on the inside of that eye. They gave it the 75. I'm not seeing any other paint rubs anywhere else. So awesome figure that somebody can have. We have a Darth Vader, and this is the little Ledy Darth Vader, and it's an 85+. It has a D on the hilt as well. A lot of the Ledy sabers, they're unique to the Ledy line, and some of them do have lettered sabers. And this has a D on it. It's a no COO version. We can't obviously see it because the cape covers it, and we got some more fuzzies on this guy. Oh, cool. Great. And but this is an awesome figure, super high grade. It'll be great as an upgrade or to get your very first Ledy Darth Vader. It's probably going to go for a pretty good price. And we're staying with Ledys here. We got lots of Ledys. And this is your Bib Fortuna Little Ledy figure. You can see the face is going to be a little bit different. The lips aren't painted. The teeth are a little bit different. The cape here, the robe is made of a different material. It's more like rudimentary type of a material. And this got a 75 plus, which is an incredible grade for this figure. A lot of times that robe has all kinds of fraying and stuff to it, and they're hard to find in really nice condition. But this guy is awesome. And the reason why I am selling this one is because in a previous video, we saw that I got a burgundy cape Little Ledy version, and there's just no way to beat that figure. And so I'm selling this one off because I don't need two Little Ledys, even though they have different capes and they're different versions. I will stick with the burgundy cape version. All right, the poly bag is off this one because this was in my collection, and it's a Little Ledy T-bow, and it's only a 60 grade, but these are hard to get. They're hard to get good grades on them. You can see there's the yellowing, and that's really the issue here is we have some yellowing to the face. There is a couple little marks that's on the horn strap here. And let's see what's happening on the back. Just a little, maybe just a little bit of, I mean, it could have probably had a better cleaning job here on the hood. But a 60, the thing about this one is it has the regular kind of like purplish eyes, the purple gray eyes that match the stripes. And the reason why I'm selling this is because of the figure that is coming up next, which let's go over. Nope, it's not the same figure, but it is the same figure, but it's in a different casing. It's CAS. It's the same grade 60. It's got the same yellowing that is pretty common, but if you can see the eyes, they are brown. And this is one of the rarest Ledys to find is the brown-eyed T-bow. And once I got this one in, I had to send it off for grading, even though I knew it was going to get a lower grade just because of this yellowing. And also because I want to make sure that it's locked up in an acrylic and it's labeled as the brown eyes, again, which is one of the harder items to find in the Ledy line. And so glad to have this adding to my collection and swapping out for the other one, which has the pretty standard eyes for the Ledy figures. All right, going to Kenner, we've got a U.S. released small head Han. Got an 80 there. It's a Hong Kong COO, and this guy's in awesome condition. There was just a little bit of a paint rub really on the hairline right up here. And otherwise, I don't think there's anything else. And that's why I got the 80 and not something higher. This figure's in awesome condition. I have not had a small head Han in my collection. I've got the big head Han. I think I've got two versions of him graded. One is a PvP and one's regular Kenner. And so adding this to go right along this side of them. Okay, another Kenner item. It is a Forlom. I have the mail away pack that comes with the box and the inserts and the baggy figure. But this one, it's a grade 85 CAS, but it's the no COO version. So on the back of this leg, which you can't see, it's just a line that sits there. There's no made in Hong Kong. It's just lined out. And so adding this to my collection just because those are the real two common COOs is a Hong Kong COO and the no COO. So adding this and keeping this in my collection. It could be sold sometime down the road. If it ever came to that, I got no space, this would be an item that I would consider selling. But for now, and CAS 85 is going to go into my collection. If you remember my Bossk video, focus video, which the link is down below in the description, I had that Bossk Oritet was pink, and that got I think it was a 95 plus. So I got this from the exact same seller at the same time and sent this one off for grading. It only got an 80. I think it's the bandolier paint. These are hand painted, and so the person that painted this in wherever these were made, these bootlegs, just didn't do the best job of getting that application of gray paint on the bandolier. But this is from the Power of the Force 2 line. It's Russian, and it is a bootleg. And so happy to add this to my Chewbacca collection. On a previous video, I had lots of Mexican bootlegs, and I have some more here. We've got a Nien Nunb 85 plus on a Mexican unarticulated bootleg. It's the black version, but now that I'm looking at this in the light, it looks more green to me. So I'm not, it looks like a real dark green. I'm pretty sure it's dark green, but it's labeled black. I mean, maybe that's just what it is. It can't be degradation with an 85 plus. So this just must be the black version they consider black, even though it looks green. But this guy is awesome. He's going to go next to all of my other Mexican bootlegs, which I've got quite a collection going now of those. And we're going to add one more right here. Here we've got a Bespin Luke Skywalker unarticulated bootleg from Mexico. It's the beige version. It's got a little bit of coloring on it. There's some little like reddish colors that happen to it, and that's why it got the 75. Otherwise, this guy would have been in great condition without the little pink that we can see on him. But he looks awesome, and he'll go next to my Bespin Lukes. I'm looking up on my collection right now. I've got 4 of them up there. We're going to add one more that's right over here, which is an incredible item. Back to Ledy's. Here's that thick skirt Klaatu Little Ledy. It's an 80 by CAS, the no COO version. It's got the real glossy paint for the boots. The Kenner version is more of a matte finish. And we got kind of a glossy paint here as well. And obviously the skirt is the Ledy skirt. We've got a letter up on, let's see here. It's a letter A is right there on the staff. It can actually be a blank one, an A or a B. And so, but those are specific to the Ledy factory. And glad to add this to my collection. I have the Little Ledy thin skirt already in my collection, so this will sit right next to that one. And let's take a look at the Little Ledy Klaatu skiff guard. And this lettering on this one, let's see what the lettering is on this. It's, I'm having trouble reading it. It's a B. So we have the A over there. There's the B right here. There was 2 options for the Ledys, a solid black, a little bit of the flap that hangs down on his helmet there, or it's just an unpainted version of him. And this is the unpainted. It's a no COO, and it's grade 80. And I did not have one of these in my collection. I have other Klaatu skiff guards that are graded, but just didn't have the Ledy, so glad to add this to those characters. Okay, another Ledy. It's your Bespin Han Solo, graded 75 plus, and it's the no COO version. And there's 2 versions of this guy. There's one that's the no COO, which is this one that has the Bespin blaster with the real thick handle, and there's a very thin line that comes off up here, and that's the Ledy blaster. And then there's the one that has actually a Hong Kong and comes with the M5 Ledy Rebel blaster instead. And that one we added into our collection on a previous video, and I'd sold these ones off because I knew that this one would get a pretty decent grade, and now it's in my collection, so we're good to go. But 75 plus Ledy, nice version. There's also one that has a painted back buckle as well, and that's the more rare version. I do not have that. I've bid on many of them, but haven't seemed to win any at the price that I want to pay. Okay, we're still on Ledys. It's a General Madine Little Ledy. It is a Hong Kong COO for this guy. We got some paint features that cause him to be different, and it comes with a little Ledy, and then you put it backwards. Look at that. This is the front of the staff, and they put it backwards in the acrylic. That's awesome. But anyways, a little bit of yellowing to the torso, or at least some discoloring that's happened from his arms to his torso. But 80 plus Little Ledy, hard figure to get graded as well. Glad to add this to my collection. This is the ATST driver. It's a Little Ledy version. We got a few more to go. And it's the black Palace blaster that comes with him, which has some Little Ledy features to it as well. And it's a grade 80. It's a no COO version. And the difference here for the Ledy is these emblems, the little top bump there goes straight up and down along the shoulder line. The other ones are offset, so that actually makes like a V if you looked straight at it. But these ones are straight up and down, you can see here. And there's also I think it's the glossy paint as well on the black here. And I think there's another feature to the Ledy as well. I'm not thinking of what it is right now. But awesome item. Hard to get graded, hard to find this blaster. So glad to add this. Here's an incredible item. It's a C-3PO, a little Ledy C-3PO, 75 plus. And the little Ledy has that flathead screw in the back, as well as the paint is a little bit different, the application for that. Awesome item. I have lots of C-3POs now. I have a little Ledy removable limbs, graded one. We've got some bootlegs up there. We'll probably do a feature on C-3PO. Maybe we'll do an R2-D2 C-3PO feature coming up here soon because they're starting to stack up on me. But this is an awesome item. It had pretty stiff joints as well, which is hard to find on any C-3PO. But 75 plus, I'll take that all day. We had a squid head earlier that was up for sale. Here comes another one to add to the collection. We have a 70. There's a couple marks on, the skirt here, but this is your little Ledy burgundy cape squid head. It's a no COO version. We're not going to be able to see that, but there's that burgundy cape that is specific to this figure. And this is an awesome item. It's going to go right next to that burgundy cape bib Fortuna that I've got graded that we saw earlier in a previous video. But this is an awesome, awesome item. Now, we saw a bib Fortuna that was graded, and it was a little Ledy version. But how about just an Overstock head, little Ledy graded? It came in at 85. So when the little Ledy factory was going under and they were closing, a lot of the employees, I assume, took bins of all these parts, put them in their pockets, took them out of the factory. They started showing up at flea markets and whatnot. And this is one of those Overstock heads that just never got onto a figure. And it's beautiful. But look how cool this display is. I've got a bunch of other heads, actually, that are Overstock little Ledy heads that are being graded right now. And so we'll have a collection of heads that we're going to have in the collection. But this is an awesome item. Okay, we're done with Ledys. Now we're going to go to Poland, and we're going to have some Polish bootlegs. And here is a Darth Vader to go with my Darth Vader collection. And if you want to see the video I did on my Darth Vaders, the link is down in the description. We've got a 90, guys. A Polish bootleg complete with its cape, with an accessory that was known to come with it from Poland. And this is a 90. And it's, let's read what it says. It's a 1990s Polish Star Wars 3rd generation Darth Vader articulated bootleg. This item is awesome. John, the action figure grader, had reached out to me a long time ago and showed me 2 items that were for sale on eBay from a European seller. And I jumped on both of them. We're going to see the next one right here after this one. Coming with these accessories and getting a 90 is just insane. This is such an incredible item, and it's going to look super nice up there in my collection. Here's the other Polish bootleg. Yep, it's a Hoth Stormtrooper, and it comes with a specific gun that looks kind of like the IG-88 gun, but it's a little bit different. The shape is different. The coloring is different. Look how awesome this silver is with the red and black on him. We got a 1990 Polish Star Wars 2nd generation with its gun, and it's a Stormtrooper, the Hoth Battle Gear, articulated bootleg, silver version. This figure is incredible. I am so happy to add this to my collection, and I have quite a Stormtrooper collection of the Hoth versions going right now, so that'll be an upcoming video as well, and this will be included in that video. And we can see all the other foreign variants that I have of the Hoth Stormtrooper. But this one looks incredible. All right, let's go to Spain. And we've got a Scout Trooper PBP with a specific blaster that is only for this figure. It's made of a harder plastic. It's a little bit different color for his blaster. And we have a CAS 80. It's a no COO version. So there is a scar that is right along this leg. It says made in, and then there's a scar. Awesome figure, such an incredible grade. I mean, it's hard to get an 80 just for a normal US released Scout Trooper. And I've got one that's from Spain. This is an awesome item. All right, staying in Spain, we got the earlier version. So that was a PvP we just looked at. And here is a Bespin Luke Skywalker, the POC version. It's going to be mislabeled, of course, by CAS. They have it as a PvP. A PvP would have a scar. This still has the Hong Kong COO and all the Hong Kong parts. And yep, it's only a 60, but these are incredibly hard to find and to validate that they are what they are. The paint's going to be specific to a POC factory. The face and all different features are going to dictate that it's a POC figure. We got the POC correct accessories, and we can see that it's, there's the date stamp, there's the made in Hong Kong right there. So it's a POC, but CAS, they refuse to get these things right. It's not that hard, but they find it very difficult to get all these correct. So we've got a PvP listed on here, but it's a POC figure. It has the Hong Kong COO. So anyways, chalk it up to another mistake there. They can't get everything right. It's about a 10% failure rate over at CAS for when all these items. It's about 1 out of every 10. There's something wrong with it. And I'm just going to put this in my collection anyways, so I'm not going to care about getting it corrected and waste all that time. From Spain, we go to France. And yes, we can see some paint is gone on this figure, but this is a French Meccano Boba Fett. It's only graded a 50. It's got some looser limbs. All I cared about was validating that I've got the correct accessory. I do have a correct figure for the Meccano line. It's a no COO, and I am thrilled to have this in my collection. I mean, I had it in my collection loose, and I sent it off to be graded. And yes, they validated this is the Meccano version, and this was released in France. I mean, so this is incredibly hard to find item. And yes, it's only graded 50, but I'm okay with that. Again, it's going in my collection. It's already sitting there loose. So now it's in an acrylic. It's displayable. It looks nice. This isn't for sale, so the grade doesn't matter to me on this one. I just wanted to get it all acryliced up and looking nice to add to the collection. And last but not least, we're going back to Mexico. And this is a Yoda Mexican bootleg necklace baggie that has a white snake and a cane in there. And you can tell this is a pretty weird looking Yoda, but it's got this, circle on top that would be for a necklace. And it's inside the baggie. It's still with the original staple, 80 plus on this guy. It's, let's see what they say. It's a 1980s Mexican Star Wars Yoda necklace, semi-articulated with white snake and brown cane, bootleg, still in the factory baggie. This is an awesome item. Adding it to all of my Yodas. I have a ton of Yodas now. There will be a Yoda featured video coming up. Just look at all those Yodas I've got in my collection. But this is a great way to end this video. What an incredible item. And guess what? There are more items to come from CAS, so be looking for those videos. Okay, that's it. The video's done. 29 items that basically came back from CAS that we just went over. And I just realized I already had a Polish bootleg, 3rd generation Darth Vader up here. So that will be added to the items that you're going to see on Rogue 5 Toys. There'll be 10 items now that are all incredible. And the one that I put in there is a UKG 90% Polish bootleg 3rd generation Darth Vader. So that'll be added. We did not see that in the video, but I don't need 2 of them. They're a little bit different too. The paint scheme on the little square on the chest was a little bit different for each figure. And be looking for more of these videos because I have, I think there's like 5 different orders that are done with CAS. I'm just waiting for them to bill me for the shipping to get those items back. So that will be coming. Be on the lookout this Wednesday because you're going to see episode 25 of my eBay listing videos. And there's 60 some items that are going to be up for sale on eBay that all end right after, a few hours after this video goes live on Sunday. And then there's going to be another 60 plus items that are already up for sale for the week coming up. And so make sure you check out all those videos. Check out my eBay. Check out all my links down below. There's all the videos that I discussed in this video down below as well, in case you haven't seen those ones and you want to see some more of my collection. I'm going to do a big collection review, one big giant video to go over all the items in my collection. That's coming up too, because I've got so many items back from CAS. I feel like I've now got the items back into my collection that were missing and gaps. There's a big gap right here of a bunch of last 17 figures that will go up in here, and they just got graded with coins, and they are all 85s or higher. And so that video will be coming, because that'll be a CAS unboxing video as well, and I cannot wait to show you those incredible items. Please, before you go, show me some support, quick and simple. You're already touching that phone or you're on the remote watching this video, and you got to this point, the least you can do is quickly click that little up arrow so you can see that like button, hit that subscription button, and hit the bell notification so you'll be notified of all the future videos that are coming. There's 2 per week and shorts all the time. And I cannot wait to show you all of the items I've added to my collection. That'll be coming out next Sunday. And we got a comic book video that's going to be coming out as well. A big tutorial on how to send items off to be graded. Bunch of stuff coming here with the Star Wars Daddy. And until the next time, who's your daddy? Be on the lookout this Sheesh. Woo!